What I have for you today is a video I've wanted to make for the past 3 weeks, since Combo Breaker. But after that came DreamHack Dallas, and then they released the latest Tekken patch, and I had a regional in like the Colorado, West Texas, New Mexico area right after that. So I was prepping for that tournament as well, because the new patch kind of shook up my character selection and every character's strengths. So I haven't had a chance to make this video, and truthfully, I didn't want to watch it back. But it's time, and I think it's an important video to make because everybody asks me about tournament nerves. Some people even have nerves in online ranked matches. So it could even be quick match. It doesn't matter where it is. A lot of people have asked me about how to deal with it, and it's really easy to give generic advice. Like just breathe, just look at the screen. That's the advice I've gotten, and it is helpful advice, but I think we could do better. I think I can do even better and show you specific moments and matches where my nerves visibly kick in. And I want to share with you what I wanted to do versus what actually happened, right? So you'll see my game plan and you'll see where it falls apart because of nerves. And then I'll show you how I'm trying to tackle it, right? So how I'm trying to fix it, I think makes more sense with the context of what I'm doing wrong, okay? That's the whole point here. So as always, I want to get you on the same page as me. I'm going to talk about the characters a bit. This is a Lili versus Hwoarang match. If you don't care about the analysis, like you know enough already, you can jump to the timestamp below for the analysis right away. If you want to see the match like uninterrupted, no rewinds or anything, I'll link the VOD below. We have a second channel. So it's a lot more like stream moments and like unfiltered random screaming and noises. It's less educational and more just like vibes. It's like it's what you'll get if you come to the stream. So I'll link that below as well. Would appreciate your support there. Let's get into the character analysis. So when I think of Lili versus Hwoarang, this is how I think about the character. She has insane mid-range and long-range tools. So forward 4 is a counter hit, safe mid, counter hit launching, safe mid kick, right? It is linear, but it's complemented really well by down 3. So she has a low poke that tracks both sides. It is walkable in some circumstances by some characters, but in the neutral, you're going to be struggling to find her timing in the first place. So I would say it's really, really hard to ever step. I consider it homing. But actually, homing is 3+4, her high double kick. She says LA gone, and she jumps in the air. And this move is great for people who are just insisting on walking over and over and over again. Right? She has a strong mid-range, like poke, counter hit, mix-up threat with back 1. This move is overloaded, right? She does a palm and then crouch dashes. On counter hit, she gets a heat engage, and the heat engager she uses is a heat dash launcher, right? So very, very powerful move in its own right as a counter hit tool. But it's 0 on block when she goes into stance. So she can sidestep, she can play a stance move, she could do nothing. And if the opponent decides to jab or be kind of obnoxious with retaliation, she could just do back 1-4. It's only -11, and it is a knockdown, so she gets to start playing her mix-up game as well. Insane move, insane character, but she needs it. She needs it. Lili attacks inactivity, as in the opponent not stepping, not attacking, just trying to block with forward 4, a Root of Evil to stomp, and down forward 3, which is her dominating heal, +3 on block, puts the opponent in crouch. Lili doesn't get insane plus frames and insane mix-ups like traditional, like say Dragunov or Fang, but she uses the plus frames differently because she has all these counter hit threats, because she has such strong movement. That's where the pressure of I don't want to retaliate comes from. So even though it's only +3 and puts the opponent in crouch, it's more of an option limiter than like a plus frame into frame trap or mix-up type thing. She does have frame traps, obviously. She'll frame trap with jabs or like 1-1-3 on a hard, on like a medium read. But that's not really her go-to game plan. Instead, like I say here, strong sidesteps in neutral, whether it's we're just moving around attacking and poking, or brawling when we're actually like blocking each other's moves, mixing each other up close. The sidesteps are effective in both situations. There are situations and characters where it doesn't work well, like she can't sidestep the second hit of Leo's back 1-4. So very few cases where her sidestep is actually weaker, but by and large, it's better. And she can step in the wrong direction and be successful. 1-1-3 and her back turn stance are also great compliments that came in Tekken 8. So she's able to counter hit confirm a jab string that will knock you down. That's really ridiculous for a character that already has mid-range and long-range. It is nerfed as of patch 1.05, so this tournament happened on the last patch. That's important to note. It will affect how both of our characters behave a bit, but it's not really relevant to the nerves discussion. And then her back turn stance is real because she has armor moves, she has crushing moves, she has like low, mid, high, interrupt. It's ridiculous. So Lili is a very, very strong character, and Hwoarang is as well. Again, patch 1.05 did a lot of damage to him, and I'll point out why. But this character, I mean, noobs and mid-level players will often agree that this character is probably the most frustrating character to play against. For me, even at a medium high level, he's pretty annoying to play against. And let me talk about why. So his design is he's supposed to be the strongest once he's closed the gap. At distance, he's supposed to be weaker. He has to find his way in. He does have moves like Just Frame Skyrocket that will launch from a distance, but his approach tools have a lot of counterplay. Sidewalk to the left, forward, forward, forward is also pretty linear. So he is a up-close demon that struggles to get in, usually, especially against a character like Lili. To counter that, he used to have down forward 3-4. It was a 2-hit armor move that was -12 on the second hit. He could cancel it into Flamingo, and this was super, super effective. The latest patch made it -14. So not only do you get a better punish, but if you're a character with a launching throw, it's actually guaranteed as a punish because the second hit is treated as armor now. So really, really rough nerfs, but won't apply here. And when it comes to his stances, it really requires like straight Tekken defense, right? You read his option, and then you're either stepping, stand blocking, ducking, or interrupting. There's your 4 options. Understand what his options are, what you think he wants to do, and then you make your play. It's very fast-paced, and that's where Hwoarang has the advantage. As the person driving the mix-up situation, he has more initiative. He can make plays on his own timing, and being the reactor is generally a weaker position than being the initiator. So that is his advantage here. But he can die for almost every option, and that's really important to note as well. Last thing, these are my notes on Aftaburn as a player. He is going to do forward, forward, 4. That's advancing middle kick. He is going to do back 3, Plasma Blade, launch punishable launcher. And he is going to do backlash, the homing high kick out of stance. I trained the whole day before and the morning of reacting to backlash, but you'll see that last minute training like that isn't always effective. He also loves to loop right Flamingo, so Flamingo where Hwoarang hovers his foot in the air. Right Flamingo 2 into right stance. In the move list is right stance. Some people also call it right foot forward. A right stance down forward 4. So it's like a mid kick and a punch, mid kick and a punch. And if he ever counter hits you with the mid kick, he gets like a wall splatting option. So this guy loves to loop that. It is steppable, but it is really tight, especially if you're playing on like a more delayed setup or in a nervous situation. It's a bit harder to execute that sidestep. My game plan was don't run away, play close, right? This isn't Tekken 7 anymore. You can't just backdash and try to find your counter hits and your low parries. You got to get in there and fight. Hit him. That's what I wanted to do. That's the game plan. Let's go into the analysis. I had prepared for Aftaburn for quite a bit. Like, I'd been thinking about it for a while. I think his style is very strong against mine. He's a bit more random. He doesn't necessarily win by punishment and defense, but his whiff punishment is sharp and his timing is really, really good. And that's a bit harder for me to fight than someone who is a bit more by the book. Forward, forward, 4. I'm playing my back 1 right away. And we're not really hitting each other, right? That was 5 seconds and like 2 hits were exchanged. So in my mind, I'm like, wow, I really have more windows to hit this guy than I think I do. But this is where things start to get a little scary. Now, if you look at it objectively, right, so that heat engage is really annoying. And if you look at the reward he got from this, not a lot, right? That's the same as like 3 or 4 pokes exchanged. So that's important to note, is that it's really not that scary of a situation. He misses the punish on my back turn 1-2. I eat the mid. So I'm just getting hit, which is really, really annoying. I play 1-1, try to take some advantage back. He doesn't get a strong punish on my back turn. And this is where it's really confusing for a player like me. Is like, well, if he's not really punishing, like, should I really be losing? Like, these are the thoughts I have. And that shouldn't be really relevant. You should just fight the dude in front of you and counter what he's doing, right? Like, you don't have time to evaluate whether it makes sense for you to be losing or not, right? He gets a nice duck on my throw. He could have been looking for a jab, but that's a nice punish. So game 1, there's a lot of opportunities for me to hit him. So I try to do that right away. Classic Lili sequence right here, right? Right at round start, I hit 1-2, right? Down forward 1 is -1, so this gives me a great sidestep opportunity into 2-4, right? Lili players love stepping jabs and doing a 2-4. They almost do it on autopilot. There's my forward, forward, 4 stomp into back turn mix, and then I get this counter hit back 1 off of a little dash block, right? So look here. I step on his feet. I have plus frames here. I hesitate, and then he attacks on that delay. He actually just puts out a jab. I missed the heat engage confirm, and he doesn't launch my 1-1-3. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, I can definitely abuse a lot of stuff. I can definitely be hitting him a lot more comfortably. But my instinct from Tekken 7 is to defend. It's to backdash. Now this grab I actually really liked. This is really important. So I down jab, I get a down 3. Down 3 is only +1 on hit, right? So the advantage is nothing super crazy. My phone just went off, I apologize. The advantage is nothing crazy here. So he can heat burst here. And back in the last patch, when heat burst was homing, this is a great option for maintaining pressure at the wall. Of course, this isn't as relevant anymore because I can step it, but that's why I play the throw, is because heat burst is so strong. That's the perfect opportunity to counter it with a grab. I down forward 3 for some pressure, and then he does the raw back 3 that we scouted earlier, and it was a small, easy whiff punish there. Really happy with that scouting by me in advance. I do get coaching, but a lot of this work I did on my own, which was pretty cool. So this cartwheel completely whiffs, and I try to do an armor move to salvage it, but he's sharp, and he just counter hits me right away. So he's playing sidesteps in neutral, which means, again, down 3 would be such a good option. And every time I kind of fumble in tournament, you're going to see that down 3 is usually the answer, right? Like, look at all this stationary time we spend here. All right? Bunch of nothing. He runs up and blocks. I'm just backdashing. Tekken 7 stuff. This could all be down 3s, down 1-2s. I can play mix-ups. I get a nice 1-1-3 counter hit there. I get a nice down forward 1 sidestep. I don't punish the whiff jab this time, right? Like, so here, I'm too late to punish the whiff jabs. But again, I could just be playing a lot more down 3. I could be playing stomp. He's sitting still so much that it really gives me the opportunity, but I'm kind of in my head because the players who don't play, like, who don't punish, right? If they don't have good punishment, I usually assume they have better timing. And that's not really an assumption you necessarily want to make. You want to play the game, make the mistakes, and then deal with it after, right? Like, make the adjustment in-game. This situation was a bit scary because 1-2 here puts him in this face splat animation where he can actually block, right? But because he mashed down jab, I actually get the kill. So that was a little lucky by me. So far 2-1, it's looking pretty good. I was, again, really sweating the Aftaburn match, so I really want to close it out here, but I whiff a hop kick. And his whiff punishment is sharp, too. Like, that is something I scouted in our prep, is that he's definitely going to find his whiff punishes. So missing that hop kick kind of destabilized me mentally. I was like, that is not what I want to be doing, but I can't think about it too much. Can't think about it too much. He stomps my low. Oh, man, this is tragic. So he stomps my low, gets a punish, and I hated at this time getting my stomps blocked. Really, the punish isn't that bad for the reward I get, but I'm used to playing like a counter hit character, right? So getting lows blocked is really, really weird. I do sidewalk his option, but my hop kick is so early, he's airborne. I don't get a combo. So many things have gone wrong. I'm just backdashing. I'm not really comfortable. I do block that low, which I really, really like. Heat burst, it's not over, right? Nice little block there on his keep out move. The reason he broke this throw is because he was mashing Hwoarang's back 1. This evasive sidestep spin move. I know you've seen this move. He spins. Because he's mashing 1, he breaks my generic throw. That's fine. And here I die trying to rage art. I knew he was going to try to approach. I wasn't looking at my HP. I wasn't looking at the situation. I just wanted to hard counter his approach. So I backdash here. And you can see Lili go into the rage art animation right here. But I don't have the HP to survive. And I was way too late, right? If I wanted to survive, it would have had to catch him midair, and it wouldn't have even killed. So I was really disappointed in that situation. I was disappointed in my backdashing. And now it's time to game, right? I have to make the adjustment. And he just goes in 1-2, down 3-4, playing stances. I get a down jab just to get out, but I don't win a lot of damage back. Getting heat engaged on is super ugly here. We're really close to the wall. He pushes me further. No heat. So I do have a bit of a window. He has no heat. I still have mine. Plays the mix-ups. All these pokes are doing permanent damage, and then I mash at the wrong time. What happened here? Do you remember what I mentioned here with the right flamingo 2 into right stance down forward 4 loops? So here, that's the punch. This is the punch that you have to watch for when you're fighting against Hwoarang, right? This is the end of everything if your back is to the wall. So he does forward 4-3, he's in right stance. Down 3-4, he's in right flamingo. Right flamingo 2 jab. I think it's like +5. Right? So this move is basically don't do anything after, you will die. And this is the right stance down forward 4 that counter hits me because I chose to hit a button. So why did I mash here if I know this situation, right? Why did I mash here if I labbed this situation the day before, the week before, the morning of? Why did I do that? I'd been at a boot camp with speed kicks for a week, right? A week and a half. We played games every day for 8 hours. Tony was there too, my coach. Why did I make that mistake? Because my circuits were getting crossed, okay? In the heat of the moment. What I was thinking was hit him. Don't run away. Just hit him. The problem is that code, that idea didn't activate until my back is to the wall. And I felt like I had to do it. right? This is a new game. Again, my Tekken 7 instinct when I'm nervous is to backdash. Or find like a mash moment or a low parry. So when it comes to this game, where offense is a bit more oppressive, there are a lot more like checkmate situations, especially in this previous patch. That instinct trying to be rewritten, like hit him, don't run away, hit him, don't run away, came in at the literal worst possible time. And that's the nature of tournaments, is you will get nervous and you will play worse. You will do things that you think you want to do, that you really didn't want to do, because you wanted to do it at a different time. That comes with experience. That comes both experience out of tournament and in tournament. Like I had to make these mistakes. I had to be on stage wearing my sponsor's sweater, like thinking about what everybody was thinking about me, and make this mistake to start fixing it. But let's look at how I address it. I don't actually remember what Tony told me there. I'm pretty sure he told me just hit him. But I start playing a lot better. Sidestep, QCF 3+4, I get plus frames, sidestep 113, he doesn't punish. But I'm insistent on executing this just hit him strategy, right? I'm not taking a lot of punishment. Nice, he whiffs there. Tried to delay my back turn launcher, he didn't duck. Okay, that was really, really good. So I do a little forward step into forward 4. I want to make him jab, but he plays a sidestep left, and that was a really, really strong option. So again, it comes back to doing more down 3 as Lili, the tracking option. And that was part of my frustration after the fact as well, is I'm not playing down 3 in almost every situation I should be playing in. I'm backdashing, just hit him, man. Just hit him, man. He does the power crush, gets in. I'm blocking this time, sidewalk to the left, this was really good. Now that was a great chance to do that. I could have been hitting him in between, but this is fine. I sidewalk again. It's looking really ugly. He down jabs. Oh, I whiffed, but I kept going anyways, and he mashed into it. Rage Art here should kill. And I steal that back because he missed his whiff punish. He went for a low poke. Oh, he could have blocked or parried the second hit of this 2-hit string. The one that started that launcher. 3-1. You can parry the second hit even on block. But he tried to whiff punish, thinking I was going to stop. So, lucky me. Tournament, it happens. You got to take those and keep going. There's no time to dwell on, man, I got lucky. You just got to keep going. The next play, 1-2. Right, I'm running up, back 1. At least I'm running in, even though I'm not hitting him. Nice. Sidewalk to the left. What did I do here? Jab, down forward 1, sidewalk the 1-2, and then float him out with 1-1. Nice. Yes. Use the heat burst to stabilize the combo. Voila, that doesn't flip over anymore in the newest patch. He's staying down. I'm spinning on him. Nice duck there. I could have gotten a little float, but that's fine. Didn't finish the back turn string, which I could have finished it anyways because he hasn't been punishing him. There, that's a confirm. That's a guaranteed confirm, and we started landing it right here off of forward 4-3. He's ducking. I get do glide 2-1 for free. Perfect. All right. No, looking a lot better. I am still hesitating a lot, but I'm also hitting him a lot, which I like. Right, I pause a bit to make that land, but I still mess it up. That combo's a bit hard to do. I gotta figure that out. Challenge right there to float him out. This is really, really good. So while rising 4-4, I don't have my back to the wall, right? So even if he does that down forward 4 situation, it's way less scary. So I decide to mash here in case he did a high jab. I would have gone under it. Get him to the wall. Play Feisty Rabbit mix up. Spend my heat. He has a ton of gray health. I don't want him to heal. So I go for the grab here. The grab here does many things. If he chooses to retaliate with a heat burst, I will break that guaranteed. Same with power crush, right? If he decides to do like a sidestep attack to try and get his momentum back, I also track him with the tracking throws that no longer exist. So this was a really, really good choice. I really am happy with that. Down 4 doesn't kill. Run up, hesitate, and DF4. I did not want to go low here, and you could see why. This kind of player where punishment tends to be a bit weaker, but the whiff punishment and timing instinct is really good, you're going to see an orbital, right? You're going to see a hop kick. You're going to see an orbital. So I went mid, right? Super solid 3-0. Really happy with that. My instincts were a bit more refined. It really was hit him, don't run away. It really was hit him and don't run away. Up close, I can play my side steps. I can find my hop kicks. He's not punishing me, so I can do my attacks. That was a really important adjustment, and I was happy with that. Now it's up. It's time to keep it up for game 3, right? I was winning game 1. I was up 2-1 rounds. I just 3-0'd him. This should be straightforward. He does the power crush. All right. Homing, and then I fight right back, right? That's a counter hit. A little scary. Okay, no break on the throw. My back's to the wall. A little ugly. I'm on my offside. I tried to throw just to get his back to the wall. 1-2-4 catches him. While on no tornado. I was a bit late. Down forward 1, sidestep duck. And now I'm just attacking. And this is what we want to do. He didn't even punish the armor move, right? And this is no shade to Aftaburn. Like, he and I, like, we were cool. We were hugging it out after. But as an attacker, as a competitor, I got to recognize this. Right? If he's not punishing, just don't be so afraid to do the moves. And break your throws, man. Come on. Heat burst. Ugly. Right? So 2 unbroken throws. A few, like, pokes he got on me. Counter hit throws. Good for me. I recognize if he's going to mash back 1, I'm going to counter hit the command throw, right? Same thing there. 3-1 clips him. Looking much better. Down jab was a good choice there. Nice. And he whiffed the 2 jab. This is a Hwoarang, new Hwoarang situation for Tekken 8. So he does a 2 jab and he goes into right flamingo. And in heat, that makes the 2 jab a counter hit launcher, right? And so he can swap into a low mix up if it doesn't counter hit. But in this case, it was a good option for him to just throw out. I think like it's a good default option, but not at range. I get the whiff punish. Rage art does not kill there, but I think I caught him trying to rage art. What did he think I was going to do? Maybe he thought I was going to hesitate, but he rage arted here. At least I think he did. That's what the animation looked like to me. It could have been wrong. In any case, he died. All right, power crush here. I mashed in the second hit because he stopped last time. No need to react like that. I could have just kept blocking. This was good. So I play a sidestep left to try and get away from an immediate mix-up, right? Right? But he dashes to chase me. That's classic realignment. Very, very strong. Finally break the throw. Good work, PhiDX. Come on. Power crush gets through my attacks. He has all gray health, and I have all permanent health and maybe like 30%. This is so ugly. 1-1-3 counter hit. Can we break this wall? Heat burst to stabilize. Can we break this wall? Can we break this wall? We can't. Good lord, man. Sidewalk left again. Just playing my heat. He's never parrying it, right? So if my opponent parries it, I'm not just going to throw this out. But because he's never parrying it, I'm going to keep doing it. And that's something I was happy with. Do what works. Even if you're nervous, even if it doesn't make sense, if it's working, do it. And that's what I had to do here. Down forward 1. My grab gets clipped. This is a... I played out of frame. My down forward 1's -1, right? And I think my throw even came a bit late. But either way, I'm at 1 HP. This is just ugly. This is a matter of a get-up kick or... Oh! A counter hit. Lucky me. He tried to just kill me with a generic down 4. Crouching down 4. But because he took the time... Hwoarang has to crouch first, right? If he did a down jab, this would have been immediate. But Hwoarang has to crouch to do a down 4, right? His down back 4 and his down 4 and down 3+4 are mapped. So he had to crouch first. And that cost him time. It cost him time and his life. I rage art here because I'm too scared to try to finish that combo. I'm going to keep it real. So 2-0. I was up 2-1 the first game. I threw out in the second game. Now it's up 2-0. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong in this match? 4-3. I try to hop kick. He floats me out of the air. Okay, no duck on the third hit. I'm running up. At least I'm running up, right? Hit a down 3 maybe. I get jabbed out of my forward. That's going to happen. He's playing a lot faster. But backlash. We were supposed to react to that. Out of right stance here. He flashes, so he literally tells you he's going to do the move. But I'm sidewalking, and my hands and eyes are committed to this sidewalk. So when I'm doing this sidewalk, I have to be mentally flexible enough to see that and still input the duck. I'm not, so I get blown up. Forward 3, down 3-4. Perfect. What happened? He played a bit faster. He counter hit me out of the 1 low I did try to do. Down 1-2 maybe would have been a bit better. But in any case, it's the next round. There's no time to think about that, right? The next round's already starting. I get caught sidewalking again on the reaction that I trained. That is really frustrating. But that's part of the nerves. And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, oh, we practiced this, man. Like, you're supposed to duck it. And I know. And you can hear the commentary. You can hear the crowd. People saying, duck that. You know, he's not ducking. All right. But I finally find the forward 4, the stomps. He clips me out. I don't even know how this hit me. So I'm dash blocking. And then I duck? I guess I'm ducking in case he jabs twice, but man, this is ugly. So he jabs me out of my dash block. Instead of just playing voila, he's staying down. Instead of playing down 3, he jabs me, and then I duck. He gets a heat engage here. Guaranteed hit. All right, I get up and block. I'm blocking, and then he hits me. So to win this round, I had to play faster here. I could play my 1-2s. 1-1 was good there. He didn't really punish me, right? The reaction there is important, but also there's probably a down jab I can find here, right? So like here, I can play a down jab here to get around that if I really want to. But again, I was afraid of mashing because that's what cost me the first game. Okay, now I'm up. He heat bursts. Now I got to take some initiative back. 1-2 is good, right? Throw is good. Maybe some down 3, maybe some voila. This mix-up is great. But the counter hit jab here. My dash blocking here instead of just hitting him on the ground. And then ducking for very little reason. I thought he would down 3 for me, like he does here. That was a good stance timing change. Again, I probably could have challenged him right after this. I can sidestep. I can down jab, I can hop kick, lots of options here. But he cancels and I'm scared and I'm just backdashing next. Again, that Tekken 7 instinct of just backdash and you will be okay. In this game, you cannot just backdash and be okay. Run up and throw. Suddenly he's making a comeback. You can hear the crowd, you can hear the commentators. Everything is so scary. I'm not breaking the throws. You know, this is a match that probably people who are not super familiar with the scene would have expected me to win, right? This is like if you've never heard of Aftaburn, but you've seen my channel, things like that. Like, they're thinking, who is this Hwoarang player? What's going on? And how did this lead even happen like this, right? Look at my behavior here. Backdash, backdash, run up, throw. Maybe that could have been run up, down 3. Maybe that could have been forward, forward, 4. At least I get this back turn mix. That's nice. Step on his feet. He blocks it. Got to break the throws. Right, the damage just adds up so quick. You have to be so sharp. I get down jabbed, and now my back is to the wall. I do 1-1, and I get backlashed again. This time I didn't even have a chance to react because I was just attacking. If we're looking at the situation where I mash, by the way, this is also really important to look at. So here, that's again, that right flamingo. I swear to God, you guys. If you learn nothing from this set, when he does right flamingo 2, please block. Please block. Especially if your back is to the wall, right? If your back's not to the wall, you can challenge like the heat engage, you can challenge a bunch of things, but it's just not worth it, right? Like even if he didn't do the backlash, he could have killed so many of my options for mashing 1-1 there. His heat burst comes out first, he runs up, down forward 3+4, and then forward 3 kills me. And huge pop out from Aftaburn, deserved, right? Like he was in an ugly situation. And we were super cool after, again, we chatted after too, and we were like helping each other strategize for our matches and stuff like that. But it's easy to see why I was so disappointed, why I didn't want to review this match for so long. You saw the thumbnail. I didn't even know that that's what people were thinking, to be honest. But this performance, look at my face, I'm pissed. This performance and the combination of this performance and seeing what people were saying after the fact is what starts what I think starts a very, very important growth period in my Tekken 8 competitive adventure. Right? So the Twitch chat was definitely a lot more evil and insidious. But the seeing how I performed and like seeing how I fell apart and seeing the opinions of everybody made showing up on stage in DreamHack, which I'll talk about in the next video, and every other subsequent tournament performance after that way harder. Because as someone who does care about what people think, for better and for worse, it's led to great things like this channel and like my really supportive fans. But for better or worse, I do care, and this makes it really, really difficult. Every time I show up on stage, it's now 10 times harder, right? So I want to show you that nerves affect people, even me. I've had really big tournament wins in the past. I've been competing offline probably since 2021, so it's been like 3 years. And it's still really hard. It's still really, really hard. So this video is a good precedent. It shows I had the right plan. I got messed up on when to execute it, right? Especially in this game, the times I chose to remind myself to hit him, I would die for, right? The times I decided to run away were incorrect. It was like, this is a refinement period. It's like you're being forged in combat, right? Just everything went wrong, but it's important to recognize that this is a crucial experience for developing the correct instincts. Like, you have to be wrong. You have to try and fail, right? And that's, as corny as that sounds, is really what it is. I retaliated here because my brain said hit him. That was not the right time to retaliate. The time to hit him is in neutral, right? So like here, I backdash twice. Maybe that's the time I can hit him. Like, heat burst really only is what, like +2 on hit. So what is he realistically going to threaten me with? And he's playing forward dashes a lot, right? So I can keep playing my 1-2 jab. Instead, I'm trying to play these big, heavy hitting mix-ups that are getting jabbed out. It was tough, right? Ah, yes, a fluke. You know, like, oh, this guy was being supportive. You can see I'm on edge. I'm like, oh my God, people hate me, and I hate that. But no, this is good, and this is important. It's important to take these losses and really look at them. So as much as I didn't want to, because I had other tournaments to prepare for, and I wanted to stay confident, this was a crucial experience. So I hope if you're having nerves or if you're struggling with like mental in tournament, this is helpful. We're going to do a few more of these. I have the DreamHack match after that I begrudgingly have to review. And after that, we'll hopefully be getting to more positive stuff. I have a really nice series of matches on stream at the regional I mentioned earlier. It was a Colorado, New Mexico, West Texas regional. Really happy with my performance there. So it is going in an upward trend. Wow, this game is hard. This game is hard, and a lot of pros are struggling. A lot of pros at the top world-class level are deprogramming that Tekken 7 instinct. So take it easy on yourself if it's hard for you. It's hard for all of us. Hope you enjoyed that. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.